Hello, my name is Donna Lowett. I'm one of the assistant principals at MS839 and I use she, her pronouns. And I wanted to take just a couple minutes to tell you a little bit more about our school. Our school is located on 713 Caton Avenue and we opened in 2015. Back then, the school opened with 100 students, 12 teachers, 9 of whom still work here over a decade later. And MS839 was proudly founded as an unscreened middle school program in District 15 and was one of the pilot members of the D15 Diversity and Admissions Program. So there are many advantages to applying to a small school like ours. We have a small learning community and we will get to know your child very, very well to make sure that they are cared for academically, socially, and emotionally. There are some trade-offs. As a small school, we stretch a budget for 300 students to the max to provide as many opportunities as we can, but we certainly don't offer as many and as diverse programs as some of the larger, more comprehensive middle schools across the city. We do strive to keep our class sizes as small as possible. Right now, we have 23 students in our 7th and 8th grade. Our current 6th graders are closer to 28 or 29, and that is subject to change year to year depending on our budget. So let me first tell you a little bit more about one of our school's priorities, which is rigorous and coherent learning for all. When the school opened in 2015, we partnered with New York City Outward Bound to implement the EL model of education. Among other things, it helps us structure our curriculum as stories with guiding questions and learning expeditions. Sometimes that will feel like a whole grade interdisciplinary question or a project week that all classes and all teachers are involved in. And other times it just might be the day-to-day practices that make our classes student-centered and challenge students to be leaders of their own learning. These images on these photos are to protect our young people's identities, but they do represent just the diversity of experiences we try to offer, from having students write their own and record their own podcasts, to working together in groups, to learning in the field, to designing presentations of learning, like in the bottom right, where students are presenting to a mock city council. This is a sample schedule for our 6th graders. You can see that they have PE twice a week. We have a class called Crew, which is our advisory program that meets 3 times a week. They'll take ELA 4 times a week, math 5 times a week, music 3 times, Spanish 3 times, social studies, and so on and so forth. Our school day begins for students at 8:50 a.m., although we do have an early breakfast program and students can enter the building closer to 8 a.m., and it runs until 3:30 most days except Wednesdays, when students are dismissed just before 2 p.m. so that we can have additional staff collaboration time. I should also mention that our 4 core subjects, ELA, social studies, math, and science, use the core curricula from the district: illustrative math, wit and wisdom, amplify science, as well as passport to social studies as the foundation of our classrooms. But teachers are also modifying and adapting based on the needs of our individual students. Finally, I wanted to mention some student supports. So we have a strategic reading program built into our schedule. So 3 times a year, we'll use a screener program for all of our students just to monitor their reading progress. And then depending on how students are doing on that screener, we may do additional follow-up assessment that will place them in a reading program designed to help supplement and accelerate the skills that they need to develop for reading. That might look like a phonics-based program or a fluency and comprehension program. And then other students are in a program designed to help them develop the reading, writing, thinking, debating skills that we know they'll need to be successful, not only in middle school, but also in high school. In terms of supporting students with 504 plans or students with disabilities, most of our classes are taught through the integrated co-teaching or ICT model, and we have many related service providers on site OT, PT, speech, and counseling, as well as hearing. And we work with our district if there's a service that we aren't able to offer at our school to connect with families and help them find that service elsewhere. We also have an English as a New Language program to support students whose primary language at home is not English, and those are scheduled during the day, and those services are integrated throughout the students' schedule. And then finally, we have just an incredible team of on-site counseling. We have a school social worker, a school guidance counselor, and they are part of a lot of learning institutions that bring in many interns to also support that work. So I hope you can hear a little bit more about our program. Again, we're a small school. What we're going to offer is getting to know your kid really, really well. If you have any additional questions, you can certainly reach out to our parent coordinator, Leah, and also visit our website, which you're probably at because you're watching this video. Anyway, have a great day.